Going down a dusty old road, I followed down a dust road, where the summer heat was low, where the gravel cracked beneath me like it knew the things I'd known. I had carried quiet failures from a season rough and warm, and the ache inside my spirit felt too heavy to be borne. But the breeze along the roadside held a calm that met my fear, and the sunlight through the branches felt like someone drawing near. So I paused beside a milepost as the wind began to ease, and I felt a quiet stirring rising gently through the breeze.
In that open, humbled moment where the weary hearts confess, I could feel a gentle mercy lifting sorrow from my chest.
Dust road mercy told my trembling feet to stay, showing me the Lord was guiding every step I lost today. When my hope was fading like the dust along the way, grace was lighting up my day again. Dust road mercy wrapped a peace around my side, telling me the Lord was present in the low and quiet sky. When I felt forgotten, He was standing nigh. Love was lifting me up high that day. The drifter who knows the road,
A gentle weather drifter walked up slowly from behind, carrying a worn-out jacket and a heart that's redefined. He leaned upon his walking stick with a steady, grateful grin, saying, "Son, this road has saved me when I didn't know where to begin." He spoke of broken families, of the storms he walked alone, how he prayed beside these mileposts till his worries lost their throne. And the truth within his stories felt like sunlight through the dust, showing mercy often finds you when you're learning how to trust. In the courage he uncovered, in the tears he didn't hide, I felt something deep within me start to shift and warm inside.
Dust road mercy lifted shadows from my chest, turning years of hidden heartache to a moment I could rest. When my tears were falling faster than the rest, grace stepped in with something blessed again. Dust road mercy glowed with healing in the breeze, telling me the Lord was with me in the rustling of the trees. When my faith fell fragile and my strength fell to its knees, love was whispering, "Rest in me," to me. Dust road mercy, dust road mercy. I will walk this road, I will breathe again, I will trust your lead like a faithful friend.
Every trembling doubt knows the weight I bear, every whispered prayer meets your presence there.
I will walk this road, I will walk this road, I will breathe again, I will breathe again. Every whispered prayer meets your presence there.
I could feel my tired heartbeat, find a courage bright and bold, for the drifter's gentle wisdom and the dust road's quiet grace. May the sorrow in my memory slowly soften in its place. I thanked him for his presence as he stepped beyond the bend, and he said, "Son, mercy finds you every time you call a friend." Then he wandered toward the valley with a calm, unhurried stride, leaving courage in my spirit like a lantern deep inside.
Dust road mercy taught my weary soul to rise, letting go of broken heartache I had carried in disguise. When my hope was fading under unforgiving skies, grace restored what fear denies again. Dust road mercy echoes through my later years, turning all my quiet sadness into gentler healing tears. What I thought was ending brought me somewhere near. Love was always drawing near to me. Dust road mercy. Dust road mercy. Walking through an open field at dawn, I wandered through the morning, where the fields were wide and still, where the golden grass was swaying like it bowed to heaven's will. I had carried silent burdens from a storm too dark to tell, and the weight upon my shoulders felt like chains I couldn't quell. But the sunlight touched my footsteps with a softness calm and clear, and the wind across the valley lifted whispers to my ear. So I paused beside a fence post as the long grass brushed my side, and I felt a gentle stirring where my sorrow used to hide. In that quiet open moment where worn down hearts reflect, I could feel a gentle healing rise with unexpected depth. Fields of quiet strength called my trembling soul to stand, showing me the Lord was guiding every step I hadn't planned. When my hope was fading like dry soil in my hand, grace was steady in the land again. Fields of quiet strength wrapped a courage round my fear, telling me the Lord was nearer than the doubt I held so dear. When I felt forgotten, He was drawing near. Love was speaking soft and clear that day. The rancher walking the fence line, a weathered aging rancher, walked the fence line toward my place, carrying a coil of wire and a sunburn on his face. He stopped beside the fence post with a knowing, humble grin, saying, "Son, these fields have held me when I couldn't hold what He spoke of heavy losses that had carved him over years, how he prayed while fixing fences where the heart washed clean by tears. And the truth inside his wisdom felt like blessing on the land, showing strength is often planted where we barely understand. In the courage he uncovered, in the stories he released, I felt something deep inside me find a comfort, find a peace. Fields of quiet strength lifted burdens from my chest, turning old unspoken heartache to a moment I could rest. When my tears were falling faster than the rest, grace stepped in with something blessed again. Fields of quiet strength glowed with mercy on the breeze, telling me the Lord was present in the rustling of the trees. When my faith felt fragile and my doubts were hard to ease, love was whispering, rest in me. To me, fields of quiet strength, fields of quiet strength. I will stand right here, I will breathe again, I will trust your word like a faithful friend. Every weary mile knows the load I bear, every whispered prayer meets your presence there. I will stand right here, I will breathe again, every whispered prayer meets your presence there. As the sunlight warmed the valley and the breeze grew soft and wide, I could feel my spirit rising with a calm I couldn't hide. For the rancher's quiet wisdom and the fields that stretched so far made the heaviness I carried fade like an old forgotten scar. I thanked him for his kindness as he walked toward his shed, and he said, son, strength is planted in the places fear once bled. Then he took the path downhillward with a slow, unhurried stride, leaving courage in my spirit like a lantern deep inside. Fields of quiet strength taught my weary soul to rise, letting go of hidden heartache I had carried in disguise. When my hope was fading under unforgiving skies, grace restored what fear denies again. Fields of quiet strength echoes through my later years, turning all my quiet sadness into gentler healing tears. What I thought was ending brought me somewhere near. Love was always drawing near to me. Fields of quiet strength, fields of quiet strength. I stepped into the prairie where the morning wind was kind, where the tall grass swayed in rhythm like it carried peace in mind. I had walked through heavy shadows from a season worn and thin, and the ache inside my spirit kept me trembling deep within. But the breeze that brushed my shoulder held a softness near and true, and the sky above the flatlands opened wide in every hue. So I paused beside a fence rail as the sunlight kissed my skin, and I felt a healing whisper floating gently on the wind.
In that open, quiet moment where the weary hearts contend, I could feel a gentle mercy rising softly on the wind.
Grace on the wind told my restless soul to stay, showing me the Lord was guiding all the steps I lost today when my hope was fading and my faith had slipped astray. Love was lifting me His way again. Grace on the wind wrapped a calm around my fear, telling me the Lord was nearer than the doubts I held so near. When I felt forgotten, He was standing here. Peace was whispering in my ear that day. The rider on the distant trail, a rider from the ridge line, steered his horse along the trail, carrying a worn-out saddle and a heart that did not fail. He slowed beside the prairie grass with a nod both warm and wise, saying, "Son, this wind has held me when my soul was compromised." He spoke of nights of trial, of the storms he fought alone, how he prayed beneath the starlight till his hope reclaimed its throne. And the truth within his stories moved like fire beneath my skin, showing God can ride beside you when you hardly let Him in.
In the courage he uncovered, in the faith he'd learned to bend, I felt something deep within me start to lift and start to mend.
Grace on the wind lifted shadows from my chest, turning years of hidden heartache to a moment I could rest when my tears were falling faster than the rest. Grace stepped in with something blessed again. Grace on the wind glowed with mercy in the breeze, telling me the Lord was present in the rustling of the trees. When my faith felt fragile and my soul fell to its knees, love was whispering rest in me, to me. Grace on the wind, grace on the wind. I will stand right here, I will breathe again, I will trust your voice like a faithful friend. Every trembling doubt knows the fears I bear, every whispered prayer meets your presence there. I will stand right here, I will breathe again, every whispered prayer meets your presence there. As the noonday wind grew warmer and the prairies stretched out wide, I could feel my spirit settling into something healed inside. For the rider's quiet wisdom and the wind that touched my face made the sorrow in my memory lose its weight, its hold, its place. I thanked him for his kindness as he tightened saddle straps. And he said, son, God restores you, don't you ever doubt his maps. Then he rode into the sunlight with a calm, unhurried stride, leaving courage in my spirit like a lantern deep inside.
Grace on the wind taught my weary soul to rise, letting go of broken moments I had carried in disguise. And when my hope was fading under unforgiving skies, grace restored what fear denies again. Grace on the wind echoes through my later years, turning all my quiet sadness into gentler healing tears. What I thought was ending brought me somewhere near. Love was always drawing near to me.
Grace on the wind, 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 grace on the wind. Walking a lonely back road, I wandered down a back road where the dust was warm and low, where the gravel cracked beneath me with a rhythm soft and slow. I had carried silent heartache from a season bruised and long, and the weight inside my spirit kept me far from feeling strong. But the back road sky above me held a peace I couldn't claim, and the breeze across the tree line softly whispered out my name. So I paused beside a milepost as the sunlight brushed the grain, and I felt a quiet stirring wash like mercy through my pain. In that still unfolding moment where the weary hearts unwind, I could feel a gentle healing start to rise within my mind. Hope on the back road told my trembling steps to stay, showing me the Lord was guiding all the turns I faced today. When my faith was fading, the tears got in the way, grace was lighting up my way again. Hope on the back road wrapped a quiet around my fear, telling me the Lord was present anytime his voice was near. When I felt forgotten, he was drawing near. Love was speaking soft and clear. That day, the old pickup driver, a dusty Asian pickup, rolled up slowly down the bend, driven by a farmer's handshake, warm enough to call a friend. He leaned against his bumper with a sigh both rough and true, saying, son, this road has held me when I didn't know what to do. He spoke of losing loved ones, of the nights he couldn't sleep, how he prayed along this back road till his heart could breathe in deep. And the truth inside his stories fell like rain upon my chest, showing hope can rise through gravel when your soul's too worn to rest. In the courage he was sharing, in the pain he let reveal, I felt something deep within me start to settle, start to heal. Hope on the back road lifted shadows from my chest, turning years of hidden sorrow to a moment I could rest. When my tears were falling faster than the rest, grace stepped in with something blessed again. Hope on the back road glowed with mercy in the breeze, telling me the Lord was with me in the rustling of the trees. When my faith felt fragile and my courage bent its knees, love was whispering, rest in me, to me. Hope on the back road, hope on the back road. I will walk this mile, I will breathe again. I will trust your heart like a faithful friend. Every trembling doubt knows the weight I bear. Every whispered prayer meets your presence there. I will walk this mile, I will breathe again. Every whispered prayer meets your presence there. As the sunset kissed the road dust and the sky turned amber red, I could feel my troubled heartbeat find a strength thought that fled. For the farmer's quiet stories and the back road underfoot made the sorrow in my memory lose the power where it stood. I thanked him for his kindness as he climbed into his truck, and he said, son, hope is stubborn and it finds you when you're stuck. Then he drove into the distance with a slow, unhurried ride, leaving courage in my spirit like a lantern deep inside. Hope on the back road taught my weary soul to rise, letting go of old illusions I carried in disguise. When my faith was fading under unforgiving skies, grace restored what fear denies again. Hope on the back road echoes through my later years, turning all my quiet sadness into gentler healing tears. What I thought was ending brought me somewhere near. Love was always drawing near to me. Hope on the back road, hope on the back road. Arriving at the hilltop after a long day, I climbed the grassy hillside as the daylight slipped away, where the lanterns in the windows glowed like quiet prayers at play. I carried heavy questions through a weary, broken year, and the ache inside my spirit kept on pulling me toward here. But the sky above the ridgeline held a peace I couldn't claim, and the breeze across the hillside softly whispered out my name. So I sat upon a fallen stone as the lanterns flickered bright, and I felt a gentle stirring in the coolness of the night.
In that calm unfolding moment where the hurting hearts grow grow still, I could feel a gentle healing rising softly on the hill.
Lanterns on the hill told my trembling soul to stay, showing me the Lord was guiding all the steps I lost today. When my hope was fading and my faith had slipped away, grace was lighting up the way again. Lanterns on the hill wrapped a mercy around my fear, telling me the Lord was present. In the night I stood so near, when I felt forgotten, He was drawing near. Love was shining bright and clear that night. The widow tends the lanterns, an elderly, kind widow walked the path toward where I sat, carrying a metal lantern and a woolen evening hat. She lowered herself beside me with a sigh both soft and true, saying, "Son, these hills have held me when I didn't know what to do." She spoke of losing family, of the storm she faced alone, how she lit these hilltop lanterns till the grief inside had flown. And the truth inside her telling fell like dew upon the air, showing strength can rise from sorrow away when you trust that God is there. In the courage she uncovered, in the honesty she shared, I felt something deep within me find a peace I'd long impaired. Lanterns on the hill lifted shadows from my chest, turning years of hidden heartache to a moment I could rest. When my tears were falling faster than the rest, grace stepped in with something blessed again. Lanterns on the hill glowed with mercy in the breeze, telling me the Lord was with me in the rustling of the trees. When my faith felt fragile and my heart was asking please, love was a whisper, rest in me, to me. Lanterns on the hill, lanterns on the hill, lanterns on the hill.
I will stand right here, I will breathe again, I will trust your light like a faithful friend. Every trembling doubt knows the weight I bear, every whispered prayer meets your presence there. I will stand right here, I will breathe again, every whispered prayer meets your presence there.
I thanked her for her presence as she lifted up her flame, and she said, "Son, God restores you every time you speak His name." Then she walked back toward her cottage with a slow, unhurried stride, leaving courage in my spirit like a lantern deep inside. Lanterns on the hill taught my weary soul to rise, letting go of broken heartache I had carried in disguise. When my hope was fading under unforgiving skies, grace restored what fear denies again. Lanterns on the hill echo through my later years, turning all my quiet sadness into gentler healing tears. What I thought was ending brought me somewhere near. Love was always drawing near to me.
Lanterns on the hill.
Lanterns on the hill.
Lanterns on the hill.